Now on Nightside, a fire near Bonnie Lake still burning tonight. The challenges firefighters say they're facing to put it out.
Clouds are starting to roll into our area. What that means for your 4th of July and your weekend, that's coming up.
And following Sunday's deadly ambush, how firefighters in Coeur d'Alene are remembering Battalion Chiefs John Morrison and Frank Harwood. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. And thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Just hours ago, a man was arrested for attacking several people on East Front Avenue in Coeur d'Alene. According to Coeur d'Alene police, that man is a resident of an adult home for people with special needs. And around 5 p.m., the man became upset for an unknown reason, then attacked a fellow resident before using a kitchen knife to stab a staff member. The man also attacked an elderly woman outside of a residence nearby, hitting her multiple times. When police arrived, they found the man with several self-inflicted stab wounds. He was taken into custody without further incident and brought to Kootenai Health for further medical care, along with the staff member and that woman. The incident remains under investigation. The Seagull fire, as it's known today, is still burning west of Rosalia, and firefighters hope winds will calm down so they can continue to contain it. The fire is currently burning 682 acres, right around 517 football fields, with 10% containment now. Firefighters say difficult terrain, cliffs, rattlesnakes and bees have made this fire especially challenging. Finding sources of water to fight the fire through the air has been a top priority since it started.
So we do have Bonnie Lake that is adjacent to the fire, but it is hard because we have the Great Cliffs, and so we can't get any fire trucks or any of the engines or tankers down there. So we have the engines and different tankers strategically placed around the fire.
Firefighters say they do believe this fire is human-caused. Jason Valentine is in for Chris Crocker tonight. And Jason, we have been talking about this for the last 24 hours, really 48 hours at this point. You know, winds are not making any of these fires easy for the crews to fight.
No, yesterday we saw those gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour zone. Today we saw them in the lower 20-mile-per-hour zone, even less winds tomorrow. But Kirsten, we're still dry and hot, and yes, fireworks are going to start playing a factor as well. Good Thursday evening. We are almost to that holiday weekend. Some of you are on your holiday weekend. Congratulations. 72 right now, and we've had a very mild day. It was noticeably cooler today, and again, that fire that is going on near Bonnie Lake still bringing in a little bit of smoke into the Inland Empire. It brought it directly into Spokane earlier today, and that bumped our air quality down to moderate. I could really tell. Right now we're looking at good air quality throughout our regions, but just to the east of Coeur d'Alene we're seeing some moderate air quality. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. Hopefully no more fires pop up from the 4th of July holiday. Now, we were talking about the winds. The good news, Spangle, the nearest place we can see the winds for that fire near Bonnie Lake, is very light. We have light winds throughout our regions. Tomorrow we could see it up to kind of like we saw in the afternoon, 8 to 13 mile-per-hour winds, maybe some gusts in the teens, but still nowhere near the winds we saw, especially yesterday or today for your 4th of July. So let's take a look at our evening planner. We're going to be mostly clear overnight. Then we're going to see, actually, we're starting to already see some clouds starting to roll in, and we're going to see some cloud coverage for your morning hours. Overnight lows are going to be in the upper 50s. We're going to heat up to around our temperatures that we saw today, lower 80s. But is there a chance of some shower activity for your Independence Day evening into Saturday morning? First shower activity possible in some time. All of that in my First Alert weather forecast coming up.
Thank you, Jason. Tonight, fellow firefighters are sharing memories of the 2 battalion chiefs killed in Sunday's ambush in Coeur d'Alene. These 2 men, Coeur d'Alene Battalion Chief John Morrison and Kootenai County Fire Rescue Battalion Chief Frank Harwood, both devoted fathers and natural leaders who made lasting impacts on everyone around them. At Coeur d'Alene Fire Station 3, firefighters sat around a table today sharing stories about Chief Morrison. One seat remained empty. It was where Morrison always sat, and his absence was deeply felt. He was remembered for his wit and for being a great husband and dad.
He was a physical presence. He was larger than life at times. He was charismatic. He was competent. He had a presence that when times were stressful that could put you at ease.
Battalion Chief Frank Harwood was described in a similar way, a born leader and someone who loved his family.
Family man. He loved his family. He talked about his family a lot. He has 2 young girls that he loved dearly. He loved going to their events, loved being with them, loved everything outdoors.
Both KCFR and Coeur d'Alene fires said that these 2 heroes will be forever missed. Celebrations of life for both Morrison and Harwood will be held next week, although the families are requesting that only close friends, family, and uniformed personnel attend. After Sunday's tragedy, many called Kootenai Health asking how they could help. And the hospital is where those 2 were, all of the wounded were taken on Sunday. They were able to partner with Vitalant to put together a blood drive. Today, they hope to collect 20 pints, which the staff at the drive tell us could help up to 60 people.
It makes me feel really good. I work at the hospital, so I've been near all of this, so I just wanted to be giving back to the community.
And staff there at the drive say it's always a good time to donate blood, as donations have a shelf life and they need to be replenished continually. A few kids in Coeur d'Alene turned their summer lemonade stand into a fundraiser for the fallen Coeur d'Alene firefighters. These boys decided to donate all of their proceeds to the families of Frank Harwood and John Morrison, and the family of Dave Tisdall, who remains hospitalized with serious injuries. The children's mother says that they wanted to help after learning about the tragedy.
Felt bad for their families, and I wanted to do a lemonade stand for their families to give them money.
Coeur d'Alene Fire Chief Tom Greif stopped by the stand to thank the boys and also presented them with Department Challenge coins. These kids have already raised more than $100 for the firefighters' families. And it's not just lemonade stands donating. 2 local businesses teamed up this week to also raise money for the fallen heroes. Yaya Brewing and Sauced raised over $10,000 for the Red and Blue Foundation on Tuesday, July 1st. Through a Facebook post from the brewing company, they announced they will continue to donate sales from any Mama Tora's salsa purchased this week at the brewery. And if you can't get out to Yaya Brewing or Sam's lemonade stand, but you want to donate to the affected families of these firefighters, we are here to help. First, you can donate directly to the 3 families impacted. You can also make donations in person at any First Interstate Bank branch. The Red and Blue Foundation is also accepting donations. We do want to emphasize, though, that fire officials are warning you should not donate to any organizations claiming to represent them other than First Interstate Bank because of potential scams. You can find a full list on how to donate on our website, kxly.com. Well, this year, the 4th of July may feel different for those in Coeur d'Alene. The city is known for its Independence Day celebrations, but because of this tragedy, it's finding a way to honor the fallen amid the festivities. One family is taking a different approach to one of their beloved 4th of July traditions. Chris Legg says he usually goes all out, building an elaborate float for his kids to ride in the city's kiddie parade. But this year, he's using this holiday to teach his young sons that not all heroes wear capes.
This year, due to the unfortunate circumstances, rather than take the competitive route, it just seemed more fitting and more appropriate to pay our respects to the fallen heroes.
Parade organizers and all said that all the celebrations were discussed closely with city officials, county fire organizations, and union officials to make sure that the spirit of the festivities is balanced with honoring the fallen heroes. Tomorrow's parade will begin with a tribute of 2 riderless horses, followed by a moment of silence. Well, still ahead here on Nightside, if you're not sure where to go for fireworks tomorrow, we will provide a list for all of the events around the Inland Northwest. And we'll tell you how to keep your pets calm and safe during those fireworks shows.
And after a mild and pretty nice Thursday, we have Independence Day tomorrow. Could see some shower activity, maybe a sprinkle or 2. Let me get you ready for that in my first alert weather forecast. That is next on 4 News Now, Nightside.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Tin Roof.
Wildfire season is here, and a spark could quickly turn into an inferno. Protect what matters most with meteorologist Matt Gray.
We're not just forecasting, we're giving you the time you need to keep your home and family safe.
The First Alert Weather Team, only on 4 News Now.
Tire Store for auto repairs, tires, and wheels. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASE certified, and you can start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
One call, that's all, means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish.
After my car accident, working with Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy. They communicated with me and let me know what the next step was every step of the way.
Call Craig Swap and Associates today. Let us make your recovery simple. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
David Muir, the most watched newscast in America. And now, ABC's World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the third year in a row.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm out of here.
Kimmel's out, and your favorite guest hosts are in all summer long.
What a super chill time to be doing a topical monologue on national television.
Jimmy Kimmel Live with summer guest hosts, weeknights on ABC.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome back. If you're feeling festive this 4th of July, make sure that you think twice before lighting campfires or fireworks, because reports show most wildfires are started by people. Officials are asking everyone to be very cautious this holiday weekend as they deal with an early and intense wildfire season.
Anything with an open flame can get out of hand as simply as turning your back. With the dry, hot environment that we're in now, the fuels are dry, the grasses, your trees, everything is dry, so be careful with whatever you do.
Doing this will keep your loved ones safe and everyone in your neighborhood. Currently, Spokane is under fire restrictions too. So while patio heaters and barbecues are allowed, open fire pits and campfires are not. Recreational fireworks are also a no-go for most of Spokane County. And Jason Valentine is joining me here now talking about those hot and dry conditions.
You know, to be honest, this week I was very scared of the fire danger coming into it because it's been so dry and so hot. So I think we're doing okay as a community so far. We still have some fires out there, but we're doing all right. We got to get over the finish line with the 4th of July tomorrow. Let's take a look outside. 68 for Coeur d'Alene, 72 for Spokane. Just a very, very nice day today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great plan for the holiday weekend, and I hope you have it all off. Fantastic. Hope you have a good time in plan. So we're looking at cooler conditions, but still warm. That was today. That's going to be the case tomorrow. We have this brief cooling trend after those 90s the early part of the week through Wednesday. We're going to see the 90s return here very soon. And we do have some breeze, but not as intense as it was 2 days ago or even today for your Independence Day. So here's our high temperature trend. So tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to be in those lower 80s, still about 5 degrees above our average. We've been above average so far in July. I know it's only July 3rd, but we're going to continue to be above average as we head into the next work week. And yes, Tuesday, 99 is possible. We could even see triple digits. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. We have not hit the triple digits yet this year, so that would be a first. But still, folks, this week ahead, it is absolutely steamy, and the temperatures the following week are looking to be above average as well. So we're going to keep a close eye on that, but the 90s could be sticking with us for a while. So warm conditions, hot conditions are continuing, and if it hits 100 degrees, that's over 20 degrees above our average for this time of year. So currently 68 again in Coeur d'Alene, all the way down to 55 in Pullman already. Goodness, our hot spot looks to be Moses Lake and Lewiston, and the difference from yesterday is quite stark. Look at Pullman. They are negative 16 off of where they were yesterday. Coeur d'Alene, Spokane, not as much of a difference. And again, tomorrow, maybe 1 degree or so, but we're going to be seeing a very similar day tomorrow that we saw today. So we do have rain chances. So this kind of light pale green, slight chance. That includes Coeur d'Alene, Spokane, Pullman area. Most likely Lewiston, and Oroville area just to the south. So let's take a look at what we can expect. And again, the clouds are starting to roll in. You can see the start of shower activity starting to creep into our region. So here's what it's going to be looking at as we get into tomorrow. Okay for your commute. This shower system down here. By our afternoon, we could see scant bits of shower activity. The heavy cells are to the east of our areas, and then it's going to kind of circle around and more just bits and pieces of showers possible into your Saturday morning. Then things are going to clear out. We're going to have more sunshine. So this is, oddly enough, our best chance of seeing any shower activity. Current winds, light. Could be 8 to 13 mile per hour tomorrow, so a little bit of breeze for your afternoon. And hey, if you're thinking of camping for the holiday weekend, Beauty Creek Campground in the Idaho Panhandle, looking 78. Again, early clouds clearing is later on in the day, 85 on your Sunday. Your 7-day forecast, again, for your Independence Day, 82. Going to stay cooler for your Saturday, but look at that heat next week. So I hope you enjoy your holiday weekend. The heat's going to be back on by Monday.
All right, Jason, thank you. Around Spokane, fireworks are for sale and personal use. That's largely banned, with some exceptions like Airway Heights, Medical Lake, and Deer Park. Today in Deer Park, fireworks stands were drawing in long lines as the 4th of July approaches. Because of this, firefighters are preparing for firework-related fires that could start this holiday weekend, and they're advising everyone on how to set fireworks responsibly.
Make sure you have a bucket of water, a hose nearby, just in case that a fire should start, you can quickly extinguish it.
This year, Spokane Regional Emergency Communications is asking residents to report nuisance fireworks through their app so you can save 911 calls for actual emergencies. Fire officials say a few minutes of extra care can keep communities safe this holiday weekend. And there's going to be a lot of fireworks celebrations going on around the inland Northwest this weekend. And while these displays can be a lot of excitement, they can also be overwhelming for pets. So what can we do to keep our pets calm and happy during one of the loudest nights of the year? Aurora Velasquez works as a director for Eastern Region Best Friends Animal Society, and she says start to create a safe space,
Bringing them inside, drawing the shades, maybe putting on the radio or, throwing on a movie to help drown out the festivities can really help animals manage their anxiety during what can be a pretty overwhelming time for them.
It's also a good time to make sure your pets have up-to-date ID tags with your current contact information.
The 4th of July and the days right after are some of the biggest days for intake at animal shelters. So making sure that pets have up-to-date ID tags, that their microchips are up-to-date, is going to be one of the best ways to make sure that if a pet goes missing, they're able to get back home as quickly as possible.
And if you're going to have a barbecue or you want to include your pet in the celebration, make sure that they are eating pet-safe food like watermelon or carrots. Speaking of those barbecues, if you're planning to have one, health officials are urging everyone to practice food safety so you don't end up with a foodborne illness like food poisoning or salmonella. For tips on how to keep your food safe, CNN's Mandy Gaither.
Get ready to celebrate, but if you're planning to get together over food for July 4th, watch out for bacteria.
If you're not safe or careful, they can make you sick, and we definitely don't want our 4th of July festivities ruined by foodborne illness.
Meredith Carruthers with the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service says there are 4 steps to take to help keep food safe. First, clean. Keep your hands, utensils, and surfaces clean before, during, and after you prepare food. Next, separate. Keep raw meats away from other ready-to-eat foods to avoid cross-contamination.
So using a new utensil as you're putting raw food on the grill, and then using a new utensil before you take the cooked food off the grill, not using the same one.
Third, cook. Make sure that meat you're grilling reaches the right temperature. It'll vary based on what you're preparing. Carruthers says using a food thermometer is key.
Grilling makes food look done before it actually is. A lot of times on the grill, we love those grill marks, am I right? So making sure you're using a food thermometer will help you make sure that your food is fully cooked.
Finally, chill. Don't leave food that can spoil out for more than 2 hours at room temperature. That time is cut in half if you're outside in high heat. Keep this in mind for leftovers.
If they have been out for longer than that, they would not be safe to keep. So unfortunately, we would recommend throwing them away at that point.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
If you're looking for a fireworks show to attend this weekend, we have several options here in the Inland Northwest, starting with Spokane. In downtown, the annual Riverfront Park fireworks show will start at 10 p.m., which will also be streaming on our KXLY Plus app. You can download that now by searching KXLY on your phone. And Liberty Lake has a show at 10 p.m. as well at Pavilion Park, with festivities happening throughout the day. Northern Quest will also be holding a family-friendly event at BECU Live starting at 4 p.m., then culminating with a drone and fireworks show at 10. In North Idaho at Coeur d'Alene Resort, fireworks start at 9:45 p.m. In Spirit Lake, there's a show in Volunteer Park starting at dusk, and in Harrison, there will be a show on the waterfront taking place after dark. They're anticipating it to start anywhere between 9 and 9:30. You can also watch from your boat on the water or bring a blanket and watch from the shore. Coming up next on Nightside, the Supreme Court takes up a case from Idaho that could reshape women's sports nationwide. Stick with us.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Made in America flooring. It's all on sale. Built to last, tariff-free, and marked way down for the 4th of July. Plus, 0% financing, big box prices, and small town service. Only at your local floor trader.
We owe everything to our troops, past and present, for their honor, courage, and dedication. As a token of our appreciation, 4 News Now and Global Credit Union encourage you once again to wear red on Fridays.
Join us in recognizing our troops and their families for allowing us the freedom we enjoy every day as Americans. Stop into any Global branch to pick up a red pin and show your support.
And then wear red every Friday from now until September 11.
Wear Red Fridays, brought to you by 4 News Now and Global Credit Union.
Summer is here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's set to be a scorcher. But why suffer through another season of sweltering heat and box fans? Call the experts at Bill's Heating and AC. With a lowest price guarantee, free second opinions, and a warehouse full of top quality equipment, we're ready to make your summer comfortable without breaking the bank. Technicians are on standby. Call for your free quote today.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality like bread baked in store and down low prices everywhere you turn. Up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that keep adding up, hand it to Fred Meyer shoppers. You never compromise. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
Made in America flooring. It's all on sale. Built to last, tariff-free, and marked way down for the 4th of July. Plus, 0% financing, big box prices, and small town service. Only at your local floor trader.
Olympus Living of the Spokane Valley. Independent and assisted living for adults 55 plus.
Welcome back to Nightside. In Idaho news, the Supreme Court announced it will decide if Idaho lawmakers have the right to limit transgender athletes' participation in girls' and women's sports. The Fairness in Women's in Sports Act in 2020 banned transgender athletes' participation in girls' sports. Days after being signed by Governor Little, the state was sued by a transgender athlete from Boise State who receives testosterone suppression and estrogen treatment. She argues the law violates her constitutional right to equal protection. Governor Little releasing a statement reading in part, "I am confident Idaho's common sense laws to defend women's sports will prevail." Arguments will be heard this fall, and it will likely be ruled on early next summer. Now for our top trending stories through the 4 News Now Story Tracker. Number 3, a nonprofit organization is stepping up to help pay off the mortgages for fallen firefighters John Morrison and Frank Harwood. The Tunnels to Towers Foundation helps pay off mortgages or provides mortgage-free homes to families of law enforcement or firefighters killed in the line of duty. Number 2, the Nez Perce County Sheriff's Office is looking for a man with multiple warrants. 40-year-old Justin Rock has 3 outstanding warrants for witness intimidation, stalking, and domestic battery. If you see him, call the Nez Perce County Sheriff's Office or 911. And number 1, we mentioned it earlier, but the memorial services for Battalion Chiefs John Morrison and Frank Harwood will take place next week in Coeur d'Alene. While those celebrations of life will not be open to the public, you can send expressions of sympathy for each firefighter or contribute to their memorial fund. You can find those links and more at KXLY.com.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
At any point, you can encounter evil.
Young woman riding her bike and she gets abducted.
Where is she? It made the hair on the back of my neck stand up.
You get the phone call. She's been found.
One of the worst pains you can ever have.
I kind of had to stop my jaw from falling.
What kind of person would do this sort of thing?
Evil person.
She was almost home. The 2020 true crime event. Friday night at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. It's a commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Happy Red, White, and New to You from Consign Furniture. June 27th through July 12th. Stop in and take a spin on the wheel for a chance to win prizes, promotional offers, and gift cards. We're open 7 days a week. Consign Furniture. It's the smart way to buy.
Music in Manitou brings exciting South American sounds from Piazzolla's Four Seasons to Bariba Union's beatbox rhythms. July 22nd and 23rd. Tickets at NW Bachfest.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits, including 24/7 telehealth.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
On it.
Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. It's a commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
The Mariners just fell to the Royals, and they split the series against the Kansas City Royals after they couldn't complete the comeback in the 9th inning. It was a home run in the final frame to bring the M's within just 1 run, but ultimately they fell short. Jorge Polanco homered in the 4th inning, and the offense then went on vacation until the 9th. Dominic Canzone slammed one out of the park to cut the Royals' lead by just 1, but the M's big hitters had a silent night. Seattle just couldn't overcome the trouble on offense. Randy Arozarena went 0 for 4, Cal Raleigh went 0 for 5, and Julio Rodriguez struck out 4 times. The score is final now, with the Royals winning 3-2, and the Mariners are back out against the Pirates at 1:10 tomorrow. Also, a quieter night for the Spokane Indians. However, all you need is a 1-run lead, and that's all they got with this Braylon Wimmer home run. The hit in the 6th inning was the only run of the game, and the Indians shut out the Tri-City Dust Devils 1-0. This was Wimmer's 3rd straight home run, and now the Indians return home tomorrow for 4th of July fireworks night in the ballpark at 7:05. The last few weeks have been busy for Washington State and the Pac-12. 2 weeks ago, most of WSU's track and field program was cut with no warning for those affected student athletes. Today, Athletic Director Ann McCoy told us a little bit more about that decision. McCoy says the cuts to the field events part of the program was not financially driven as much as it was a competitive-minded decision. She says the program is moving to the distance-focused approach to better support the student athletes and focus on less events. McCoy did confirm that at least $300,000 would be saved by releasing members of the program's coaching staff. This week, schools are also allowed to pay their athletes through institutional NIL after the NCAA House settlement ruling. It's something McCoy says is very new for everyone and something they're still trying to navigate.
Our coaches have approached it as you would hopefully expect. I think just very, very open, very communicative with the student athletes and really looking at each situation individually. You know, we're really not looking at a blanket approach because we feel like it really is, you know, individualized.
McCoy didn't share specifics on how much money cuts to the track and field program would be saving or exactly where it would be allocated. However, she did say there's no plan to make cuts to any other program in the future. WSU men's basketball signed an incoming senior from Barcelona, Spain to complete their 2025-26 roster. Adria Rodriguez is a 6'4" guard that has played the last 3 seasons in a professional Spanish league. He shot over 53% from the 2-point range and 38% from 3, with 1 more year of college eligibility left. He's also the 9th student athlete to sign to David Riley's roster this offseason. Switching over to the Zags, the Dallas Mavericks have released their Summer League roster, which includes 2 Gonzaga Bulldogs, Ryan Nembhard and Nolan Hickman. They're back as teammates, now get to showcase their talents during Summer League in Las Vegas. Ryan Nembhard signed a 2-way contract with the Mavs following the NBA draft. Hickman, so far, just earning that Summer League invite. The Spokane Velocity and Texoma's FC's battle on the pitch last night ended in a draw and just 1 point for Spokane. They still sit in a comfortable first-place position, 5 points ahead of second place. And another highlight for this squad, they've only allowed 9 goals so far into their campaign. So while they can rely on their defense in most cases, head coach Lee Wiedman says last night wasn't as clean as he expected it to be, and it should have been a game they won.
Collectively across the board, the guys have done a fantastic job to this point. I mean, we've already got more points today than we finished with in the season last year. So that tells you a lot where we're at as a team right now. But we're only halfway. We've still got a long way to go.
Spokane is back out on the pitch against Westchester SC on July 16th on the road, but they're back at One Spokane Stadium July 26th. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Form or function? Should we push the timeline? Will it hold?
Should we outsource?
What do you think? Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster,
even cheaper. Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
2 summer sensations are flying into DQ. One of them is sure to save the summer. And the other? Yeah, he's Superman. No big deal. With an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor, the new DQ Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat packs enough flavor to tempt Superman himself. Hurry into DQ or get it delivered in the app for this legendary new Blizzard Treat before it's gone. One of the most iconic bands in rock history, George Thorogood and the Destroyers, bring the Rock Party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Hey, it's almost the 4th of July. Here's your look at it. More cloud coverage than we've been used to. Highs are going to be in the lower 80s, upper 70s, and a chance of some shower activity in the evening hours to Saturday morning. So get ready for a bit of a different holiday, but still a nice weekend is on the way.
And hey, if you're looking for something for your kids to do in the morning tomorrow, children at the Northeast Youth Center have a great idea. They showed their love and support for our first responders by making them cards. Of course, these were for the fallen firefighters and their families. These cards were then delivered to the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department and Kootenai County Fire Rescue Department. And I'm sure that put, smiles on people's faces.
Very sweet.
Really sweet.
Worthwhile.
Yeah, and those cards, at least my 4-year-old spends, about an hour or so working on them. So give you time to do some laundry.
Some good ideas.
Figure out what your barbecue is going to look like.